Hello and welcome to episode 5 of Halo 5 No Death Speedruns. Today we're going to go through Evacuation. This level is pretty much a speedrun. There's a couple of times we'll slow down, but it uses the speedrun techniques. At the very beginning of this level, I'll tell you now so when you see it you understand it easier. You need to sprint, take one step and jump and boost. So you can only take one step really, and you have to jump over this bit here and land on the right hand side of these metal platforms. You'll notice on the right hand side here there's no lava spewing up and the Guardian doesn't spawn. That means you've despawned this entire area, and for this Warthog run there'll be no enemies here. So you need to wait for your teammates to run down. Sometimes Buck can run to the left and be an absolute idiot and not jump into the Warthog, and it just slows the entire process down, but luckily this time he didn't, so we can just continue. So this next section should be pretty easy. There's no enemies spawn anymore, so it's just a leisurely drive through the mines to get to the next section. When you get around this corner here, depending on how quickly you started the Warthog at the beginning, there's a Warthog that always drives in front of you. You can see it just driving off now. Sometimes that can just stop and then do a quick left turn. When it falls here, it rolls over and just acts like an idiot, so you've got to just make sure you're careful of that. When you come through this door, you'll hear Governor Sloan doing a shit impression of you two.
Final shuttles are departing soon, with or without you.
There it is, and then just carry on driving in this section. In this entire level, there are 4 sections that could cause problems. The first one is the despawn at the beginning. So once you've done that, this is a pretty easy drive through the end. Then you've got the next section where you've got to clear out a lot of soldiers, crawlers and watchers. Then there's the next section where you're on the lift and you've got to take out a couple of groups of soldiers and knights. And then there's the final section, which is the quick couple of trick jumps to get to the very top of the construction site at the end. So once you get around this corner, we need to take it a little bit slowly to drive over this rock, and then get your teammate on the back to target the soldiers and the crawlers with the Gauss cannon. You need to take out the watchers first if you can, but then obviously if you can't see them, just take out the soldiers as well. There's 3 or 4 watchers in this area, and then straight ahead you'll be able to see some soldiers spawning, and also 2 spawn on the left here. So you need to make sure that you take those out and then focus on a straight ahead here, because there's a soldier with a stationary turret that can take you out pretty quickly. That turret up there you need to go to later on to help you with this area, so you need to make sure that the soldier doesn't take it off or you blow it up. So you just take out as many as you can here, because you're pretty safe here behind like the cover on the left here and the vehicle in front of you there. So once you've taken out all you can, you drive from the left, then you can take out a couple more here. So just take it as slowly as you can, as carefully as you can. Just make sure, oh, there's one behind us, so let's take him out. Okay, there we go. Sometimes there's some on the left there through the garage, but if there's none there, then just drive slowly through here to the left and see if you can see any more. There's none there, so then you need to drive forward and then jump out and boost backwards, because 2 more soldiers spawn up here, so you need to take those out as quickly as you can. Oh, that's shit. That's not the best shooting ever, but okay, they're out now. And then you need to jump up here, jump up onto the box over here. Sometimes there's a soldier on the turret, but there's not this time, so I usually grab the Hydra and then try and take out as many of these as I can. It takes 4 Hydra bullets to take out a soldier and 2 to take out a crawler. So take out as many of these as you can with the Hydra, and then once you've taken out as many of them with the Hydra, you need to get onto the turret that's just to the left there. So this section can be quite complicated, because the soldier up here can be quite difficult to kill. If he's there, you can try and assassinate him, but if not, then it can be quite a challenge to take him out. And sometimes, because you have to jump, hover and shoot with the Hydra, sometimes they can take you out before you shoot your 4th bullet. Once you think it's safe and you've taken out enough of them, you need to jump on the turret and rip it off immediately before they can shoot you and kill you. Then you need to grab it and jump down once you've cleared out a few of them here. Once you've done that, you need to be careful, because when you jump down, some crawlers appear through this little gap here. So you need to throw a grenade and kill them as quickly as possible. The position of the teammates was a bit shit there, but that wasn't too bad. Then once you've taken out the crawlers, you need to pick the turret back up and push forward. When you get to this section here, you'll notice at the top of the slope there's 3 soldiers that spawn. You need to take these out as quickly as possible, because they can get on the 2 turrets that are placed up on the top of that slope and take you out really quickly. I'd recommend hiding behind this yellow box here for cover, because if you end up dying here, it can be really frustrating. So once you've taken these out as quickly as you can, you need to drop the Gorse turret, run up the slope and swap it for the normal turret that's up the top here. Once you've grabbed that, you move forward, the door opens and you go on to the next section. In this section there's a lot of speaking, so you can take your time here if you want, but you need to come over here and grab some ammo, so you've got a full battle rifle. Then you need to come back down and grab the turret and then move forward towards the next door. Sometimes there's no talking in this section, and if that happens, just run back to that previous door and hang about until the speaking starts, and then just move forward to this door again. That can be a bit annoying because it can waste a lot of time, but it's easy to get around it. So you've got to stay here until Governor Sloan shuts up, and then you can move on to the next section.
She's bringing a new dog and I intend to be part of it. I see my time is up.
Okay, so in this next section there's a bunch of enemies, so you need to prioritize taking out the Watchers first so they can't shield and help out the soldiers, and then once you've taken out all of the Watchers, focus on the soldiers and the crawlers. This section can take a bit of time because there's enemies on both the left and the right hand side, so just take your time here, hide behind this yellow crate on the right hand side and just make sure you use a lot of cover. Sometimes the enemies can run around the very back of this room, so if you think you've killed everything in this room and you don't spawn the checkpoint, just do a loop around this circle and see if there's anything left. There should be a crawler or a walker hidden somewhere, so just take that out, and once you spawn the checkpoint, you need to run back around to the first area to activate the lift. Okay, so now that the turret's out of ammo, we're going to just swap back to the battle rifle and finish the rest off. Despite this shooting being really poor, this room hasn't been too bad. We haven't been hit that many times and it's been pretty safe up until now actually. Everyone seems to be dying, so as there's only a couple left in this section, we're going to get our teammates back, and just to clear the rest of those out, there might be a couple more over the other side, so we'll just go and check that as well.
I'm up, thanks.
Yep, there they are, so we're going to take these out. There should only be a couple here. And this is it. There we go. So now we're going to pick up the ammo next to this switch here and then activate the switch.
Area's clear.
Once you activate the switch, what you need to do is turn to the left. You need to jump up here, jump on top of this little room here, and then jump up onto this outer walkway. You need to put your teammates over there on the left hand side, because by these crates here is where the next spawning section is. So you need to wait for Fireteam Massage to have their little chat, and then the spawning orbs start.
Then where are they going?
We'll find out once we're at the Pelican.
So what you want to do is once they spawn, is you need to throw a Promethean grenade at each of the spawn orbs, and then just throw 2 or 3 of your frag grenades into the mix just to try and kill as many of them as you can, because there's a mixture of crawlers and soldiers spawn.
Fire team in the UNSC.
Her family.
Exactly.
So here we go, you throw 2 Promethean grenades and then just throw a couple of frag grenades in there, and then just get your teammates to focus on the soldiers, and then this section should be done pretty quickly.
Move up. Take that soldier down.
So then there's 1 or 2 more, yeah, there we go, and the last one.
Take that soldier down.
Okay, so that's that section done. So then you want to go and pick up some Promethean grenades again for the next area. Then once you've done that, you need to run around here, and you need to get the ammo there if you need it. Go into this area here to smash through this door and pick up the railgun there. Then you need to jump up above this building, and so up here you need to get your teammates to get around this area, because right next to the teammates there will be a soldier with a stationary turret, and another one spawns where Tanaka is there now. So you need to take those out as quickly as you can.
We'll rebuild as many times as we have to.
They should spawn any time now, so I usually throw a Promethean grenade or 2 down here once they spawn. So there we go, to try and take out this little group, and then immediately target this one here. So you need to take out him. 1 railgun and a headshot should do it, and then you can see that there, so you need to take him out as quickly as possible. This section can be a bit hectic, so I'd recommend just trying to take them out as quickly as possible, focusing on the 2 with the stationary turrets first, and then just clearing them up. Luckily in that section they all kind of ran backwards, like away from me, so I had time to pick them off one at a time without getting hit that much. You need to keep an eye on your teammates though, because they can get down really quickly by those stationary turrets if you don't take them out quick enough. So once all of those enemies are taken out, you need to grab the stationary turret and then try and jump up onto these boxes. It's kind of like a trick jump, because you need to jump at an angle, so you need to jump onto the box and then look forward and jump and move to the right hand side to get up there, because you automatically grab that ledge and you drop the turret. So what you need to do is kind of look forward, jump and kind of strafe to the right, and then you'll just about get onto the next box. Once you're up here, you need to get your teammates to stay there, and you need to just look in this direction because the knight will spawn here.
Up and abandoned his people?
If Cortana's really behind that Guardian moving, she did more damage here than him.
We'll find the truth about what happened here, and we'll make certain that those who should answer for it.
Once it does, you just need to focus all of your fire on that, get your teammates to focus their fire on it as well, shoot it with the stationary turret and take it out. This one then has a disintegrator, so you need to pick up the disintegrator cannon and focus on the next one. There should be enough ammo in the disintegrator cannon to take out the second knight, so you make sure you actually hit it with both of your bullets, and then once you've done that, you focus on the last one. This should just be a normal battle with a knight, so what you need to try and do is shoot it in the coils on its back and then shoot it in the head. If not, it's not too much trouble because you've got your whole team on one knight, so you just keep your distance from it, but it does have a scatter shot, so you need to be careful that it doesn't just get a lucky one hit on you and take you out. That could be really annoying. This section on the lift, and actually the section before with the stationary turrets, for me is the most difficult part. So this fight's taken a bit longer than normal because I missed shooting it in the head because it was facing the wrong way. But once this fight's done, this whole lift section's fine, and then actually this is the last enemy you'll see in this level. I missed shooting it in the face just then, so it's just going to have to take it out normally now. What I did was, after I dropped the turret, picked up the incinerator cannon, and then after I ran out of ammo on the incinerator cannon, I picked the railgun back up so I could use that on this last knight. Once it's dead, you need to run round here under this little archway, and what you'll see is on the outer rim there's this barrier, kind of mini wall.
That Guardian song again.
So if you have a look right here, there's that black crease in the wall. You need to just look straight ahead here because that's where the door is to enter the next section. So you just need to stay here until the cutscene where the lift kind of breaks down and you start hovering in the air for a bit to finish, and then you can continue into the next section. In this next section, there's a little shortcut which you can get directly to the top without seeing any enemies. So directly through the door, when you run through the corridor, you need to turn to the right. Normally you go to the left to go through the level normally, but if you turn to the right, you can jump up the walls. So I'll show you how to do that now. Run through the corridor, look to the right, you need to jump up onto this ledge, jump up onto here, and then you can jump up onto the barrier, jump up onto here, turn around, jump onto the framework here. It's easier if you jump up onto this section and then across. You can jump across directly, but you can fall in and either waste time or accidentally die. So it's easier to do that and safer as well. So then you need to run up here and jump up here. Again, this section you can do in one, but it's easier if you jump on this little barrier there. So jump up here, jump up onto there, jump up here, run up the stairs, jump across onto the framework again, and then you can jump and grab this. This can sometimes be a bit difficult, but you will get it after a while. There we go.
We'll risk autopilot.
So now all that's left to do is just follow this path around these corners, run along this little walkway until you spawn the cutscene.
Shockwaves are getting closer together.
I hope you enjoyed this video. That was Evacuation on Legendary with no deaths. Don't forget to like and subscribe or comment if you like this video, and thanks for watching.